is Jeff. I'm the host of Life Isn't Over, and this is kind of a different scene for me altogether. This is the hotel room that I'm staying at for the next day. I'm out in Rapid City, South Dakota on a business trip, but I wanted to go ahead and take advantage of the time to talk a little bit about my new passion, which is P90X. Just to catch people up to speed, I was in the midst of marathon training, suffered a stress fracture, and boom, I was taken away from my chance to run this year. But I came across P90X. I've been doing it with my wife, and I've been having some really good results. I wanted to get about 4 weeks down before I wanted to start talking to folks about it, just to make sure it was legit. And sure enough, it is. I'm down about 6 to 8 pounds. It fluctuates here and there. Body fat I'm not going to talk about just yet, just because it's not exactly where a 41-year-old's body fat would like to be. But I want to show you the materials that you first get when you get the P90X. There's the nutrition guide, there is an exercise guide, and then there's a booklet of 12 DVDs. And the 90-day program is set up where you work on specific body parts, and it's intermingled with plyometrics, as well as Kempo, and then also yoga, and then also some ab workouts. Now I'm going to go through in the next 60 days to complete my 90 days and show you some of the workouts that I've come across. But on this particular podcast, I want to talk about the nutrition guide. Now this is the nutrition guide that you get, and the way that what they do is you kind of take a look at your body weight, your age, if I'm not mistaken, and it figures out your metabolic rate and how many calories you should be taking in. And then what they do is they break the different macronutrients that you'll put into your body into blocks that you see on this page here. So for me, I'm taking in 2,400 calories a day, and that means I get so many protein groups, so many carbohydrate groups, fruits, vegetables, condiments, and snacks. And then that basically comprises your day. Now the macronutrients change as you go through the phases. So initially you're on a very high protein, very low carb phase, and then the second 30 days you get more carbs, less protein, and then so on. So it's been kind of tough the first 30 days being on a very, very high protein, very, very low carb diet, because your energy kind of runs a little bit low. But it's been a really good experience. Now the recipe guide is another thing that is set up in the nutrition guide to show you what you should eat and how you can eat. And initially there's a lot of good information in this nutrition guide, but just starting this up and then going into making all these recipes is a bit overwhelming. And so here is what I would recommend to you. I kind of stole an idea off of Richard Simmons, probably in the old Steal a Meal or Deal a Meal cards. But once I figured out at 2,400 calories how many carb units I get, how many protein units I get, I put index cards together with a unit symbolizing on each card what I could eat for the day. And then I put together my own program or my own meal plan. And then once I figured out how much protein I was going to eat for the day, then I took that card out of the pile. So for example, for a morning meal, I might have egg whites with a slice of cheese and maybe, I don't know, whatever else it may be. But then I would take out since one protein is equivalent to 6 egg whites, then I remove that card. Cheese would be a dairy unit, so I would take that out. Later down the road, if I had fruit, well, I would take that out. And for me anyway, it was a much easier format for putting together my meal plan. Now, once your meal plan is put together, and I'll show you right here what my meal plan kind of looked like, when you're all said and done with this meal plan, wow, what do you do with it now? You could hang it up on the refrigerator or whatever, but here's what I did with my meal plan, is I actually put my meal plan on the inside of some of the cabinet doors. So it's out of sight, but obviously whenever you go to get your plates or whatever, it's right there, it's very handy, it's accessible, and it's close to me anyway, right next to the stove. So I can kind of take a look at what I need to do, and then oftentimes I might actually make lunch or put together my snacks for the next day. So that is just a real quick take on P90X at the beginning and the nutrition plan. And as we go forward now, I'll probably start to show you some exercises and how I do them, which may not be the exact way you should do them, but I think the efforts will end up paying off regardless. So that is all for now. I have not really had a major tagline other than see out on the trails, which I've said last time I can't do. But I would remind you, even though I'm 41, I know that life is not over, and I want to encourage you to realize that as well. So with that said, we'll see you next time.